Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Husband!
Wife!
Do you know where we are and how the hell we got here?
Locusts. Yeah, we're in a...
Like, I literally didn't know how to follow that up because it was just so great.
Yeah.
Locusts.
No, we just started a new book, and it's the book of Joel.
Jeff.
Joel.
Jeff.
And we just finished chapter 1 yesterday.
Sure as fuck did.
And we had, so it's a minor prophet, and it's a short book.
He is minor.
Right. And we learned a little bit about where and who and everything about writing it, and it might not be all Joel. And the first chapter was mostly just like a report on how much the locusts suck. Yeah. And that they're not going to have wine.
Yeah. And that is a tragedy, I can tell you.
So that was Joel chapter 1.
Sure as fuck was.
Which means that today we're getting into...
Jeff chapter 2.
Joel chapter 2. Let's do this.
Okie dokie. Alrighty, here we are, hopping into chapter 2.
Yeah.
Of Jeff.
Joel.
Geoff.
Joel.
Blow the trumpet in Zion.
Blow that shit.
I'll blow something. Sound the alarm on my holy hill.
See, now this sounds different already.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just...
No, I know, I agree.
This already has a different tone.
Yep. He's like...
Because we've heard... We've gone through multiple prophets where it's like, sound the alarm, blow the trumpets, and this is different. This is a different whatever.
Yep.
The last one was just fucking locusts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway.
Yep. Let all who live in the land tremble, for the day of the Lord is coming. There's the second time we've heard it.
Yeah.
It is close at hand, a day of darkness and gloom.
Some might even say nigh. I'm just saying,
a day of clouds and blackness.
Yeah.
Like dawn spreading across the mountains, a large and mighty army comes, such as never was in ancient times, nor ever will be in ages to come.
You know, it's funny they say never before in ancient times, but like they're in ancient times now.
Right? Isn't it funny?
So,
and also,
the way it's all about perspective here.
Also, it's like they didn't know anything about Moses' people.
Right.
Because those things did happen in ancient times.
You're talking about the locusts and stuff.
The locusts, the armies, Egypt. Yeah. They were slaves.
Right,
you know?
right. Like, I mean, there wasn't... Look, they were the ones trying to get into the promised land, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, they were the ones kind of starting the fights back then.
Right, but they were also trying to get out of Egypt.
Right.
They did some fighting. They did some...
but they caused it. They weren't they were the invading force.
Not coming out of Egypt.
What?
Trying to get out of Egypt. They didn't invade Egypt.
No, they invaded the promised land. You remember how they took over the promised land? I'm not there
yet. I'm talking about when they were first leaving Egypt. They were like, Pharaoh, let my fucking people go.
Yeah.
That's before they got
But that wasn't war. That was just them leaving Egypt.
Oh, my God. Okay, but he's saying, this guy, Joel, is saying... shit like this never happened before. And I'm like, but it did though.
But they were talking about invading armies.
Oh my God. Like the locusts.
Right. But That's what I'm saying. They weren't. There was no invading army during that time. They were the invading army.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
And I'm just saying that there were locusts.
There were locusts.
There were
locusts.
And
locust? Is locust plural or is it
loci?
Is it locusts?
Locusti.
Locusty.
Locusty. Look. Before them, fire devours. Behind them, a flame blazes. Before them, the land is like the Garden of Eden.
Wait, I thought it was on fire a second ago.
Behind them, a desert waste. Nothing escapes them.
How is it on fire if it's just a desert waste?
No, he's saying like dawn spreading over the mountains. A large, mighty army comes.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then he's like, before them, fire devours.
Okay.
Behind them, a flame blazes.
Right.
Before them, the land is like the Garden of Eden. Behind them, a desert waste. Nothing escapes them.
Sure. No, I get it. But they just, okay.
It's just analogy.
All right.
That's all.
All right.
They have the appearance of horses. They gallop like cavalry.
Okay.
Are we still talking about bugs?
I think we're supposed to be questioning that in our minds, right? Like, are we talking about, or these stories that they use with metaphors for anything, you can take them and be like, well, this applies to that, right? So it's a very generalized way of just letting your religious speak for whatever the fuck you want it to speak for.
So what do you think? Do you think that they're talking about bugs?
I think we were talking about bugs in chapter 1.
And now we're talking about metaphorical, whatever.
Yeah, this feels a little bit more metaphorical.
Yeah.
So,
with a noise like that of chariots, they leap over the mountaintops like a crackling fire consuming stubble.
I heard the cow jumped over the moon once.
And the dish ran away with the spoon.
Yeah.
Like a mighty army drawn up for battle. At the sight of them, nations are in anguish. Every face turns pale.
Oh, man.
They charge like warriors. They scale walls like soldiers.
Okay.
So they aren't soldiers, but they scale walls like soldiers.
Do soldiers scale walls?
However a soldier scales a wall.
But you remember it was Samuel, I think, and they had to walk around the outside of the town because there was a wall.
Around the outside.
They weren't scaling it.
Outside.
They blew their horns like, 7 times or something like that, and then the walls of Jericho fell.
That you're thinking of Joshua.
Joshua, yeah.
Joshua
Sorry.
fought the battle of Jericho.
My bad. Joshua. But they were outside the city. They weren't the soldiers were not scaling that wall.
They were not.
They were blowing horns.
It was a good wall though.
They were blowing horns to knock the wall down.
That was a good wall. These may not.
These are not
good. Great
walls.
They're not great walls.
Okay.
They're minor walls.
For the minor prophets.
Yeah.
Okay.
They all march in a line, not swerving from their course. Like ants? They do not jostle each other. Each marches straight ahead.
No jostling.
But definitely commingling. They plunge through defenses without breaking ranks. They rush upon the city. They run along the wall.
Okay.
Oh, damn. That's some bugs.
They scale it and they run along it.
It's bugs.
It's bugs. Okay.
They climb into the houses. It's bugs. Like thieves, they enter through the windows. Before them, the earth shakes. The heavens tremble. The sun and moon are darkened. And the stars no longer shine.
Wow.
I would catch a grenade for you.
I'm not sure where that came from or why.
I don't know. I just was thinking that fit. Because Army and...
Oh, you made a large leap somewhere else.
No, my brain did. I didn't actively do that.
Okay.
It just happened.
Got it.
Like, sometimes people just fart. My brain sometimes just makes a connection that isn't there.
Sure, yeah.
And Bruno Mars needed to say a thing.
Okay. All right.
So, you're welcome, Bruno.
Yeah.
The Lord thunders at the head of his army. His forces are beyond number. And mighty is the army that obeys his command. The day of the Lord is great. There's the third time.
Yeah.
It is dreadful.
We're definitely talking about an army that is in numbers like bugs, is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. It's an army like bugs, not bugs like an army.
Because this is God's. God's bringing the army, right? And so obviously God's not going to bring just like a small piddly army. He's going to bring like locust type army.
That climbs over walls and dances along the edge and they leap into people's houses through the window. Army. That's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Like if you think about it.
Well, it's, you're supposed to, the whole point of religion is to be scared of something, right?
I'm afeared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're not scared, they're not telling the story right.
Okay, well, this one's kind of creepy. Don't like it.
Yeah.
The day of the Lord is great. It is dreadful. Who can endure it?
Somebody did. We're still here.
Somebody said.
Yeah.
Oh, now God's going to talk to us.
Okay.
Whoa, that escalated quickly, right?
Right. Unless this hasn't happened yet. So we don't know when this happened or is going to happen, right?
Well.
So I guess it could still happen.
I don't know.
Possibly.
Let's see.
Yeah, sure.
Even now, declares the Lord, return to me with all your heart, with fasting and weeping and mourning.
Okay. So I'm gonna probably kill you all with like swarms of just locust type
either
things
bugs or people that are like bugs.
Right. And I do want to reiterate this. I think we covered I think it was in the last book. They referred to the Assyrians as locusts at one point.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm just, if I had to attribute a time frame on it, I would put it in like the same time frames as Joel and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
But again, I don't know.
They didn't mention the Assyrians, remember?
Right.
In Joel.
No, I know.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Rend your heart and not your garments. Oh, that's a good line.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry about your fucking garment. It's your heart that you need to get right.
Yeah.
Tear up into shape.
Yeah, I always wondered why they were tearing their clothes off and shit.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit about your fucking robe.
Right, you just ruined, that's a waste of money, man.
Right? Like, how common are gowns back then?
Right, you would think that would be more, because you have to hand make everything, right?
I guess that was the meaningfulness of it.
That's true. That's true.
I cannot afford another.
This is so bad. I'm gonna tear up my
only
whatever you
shirt
have.
thing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Return to the Lord your God, for he is gracious and compassionate, slow to anger and abounding in love, and he relents from sending calamity. Does he, though?
No.
Who knows? He may turn and relent and leave behind a blessing. Grain offerings and drink offerings for the Lord your God.
Probably not, though.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I don't recall that ever happening so far. Blow the trumpet in Zion. Brr, 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 brr. Declare a holy fast, call a sacred assembly, gather the people, consecrate the assembly, bring together the elders, gather the children, those nursing at the breast. Let the bridegroom leave his room and the bride her chamber. Let the priests who minister before the Lord weep between the portico and the altar. Let them say, spare your people, Lord. Do not make your inheritance an object of scorn, a byword among the nations. Why should they say among the peoples, where is our God?
Well, I feel like this is, so every time we run into these prophets, they're always talking about some sort of an impending doom or gloom that's happening, right? And oftentimes it's an army that's encroaching on them and they're like, we're going to get wiped out by these people. And when push comes to shove and things are going to be really shitty, people tend to turn to anything that they think can help them, right? And so, of course, we're going to have the most writings and the most, things happen with regard to religion during times of strife, because that's when people are the most scared. That's when they're the most fearful. And even if, let's say you believe really hardcore that something can save you from this, you're going to put all your effort into doing that. Now, let's say you don't believe in something can save you, but you make your money from something that can save you. You're a priest or you're a prophet or whatever, right? You know that this event that's coming down the pike is going to cause people to react to what you're saying more vehemently than it would if it was just a normal everyday day where the people run out for picnics and whatever.
Right.
But fear is a motivator.
Of course.
Right?
Clickbait.
And if you're a prophet, if you're a priest, if you're anything, that fear is an impetus to get people to start listening to you more. And that's why priests and prophets and religious leaders and news places
and Fox News
push fear so much because it motivates people to listen and believe and
buy.
Yeah.
Spend those dollars.
It's never changed with humanity.
Nope.
It's always been the same.
Thousands of years later, we still looking for them shekels.
Yeah, and then I don't like the idea of, like, part of the reason I am an atheist is because I don't like the idea of living in fear from something that I don't understand. I'd rather try to understand it than to fear it.
Yeah.
That's who I am.
Right. No, I'm the same way.
Anyway, sorry. I know I got off on a little rant there.
Then the Lord was jealous for his land and took pity on his people.
Oh, well, that was nice of him.
That's the only time that ever happened.
Right? That was, yeah, that was easy.
All right, Joel.
Apparently.
The Lord replied to them.
Whoa. To them?
To them.
Okay.
All of them?
You go, God.
Wow. I'm a little impressed. I am sending you grain, new wine, and olive oil, enough to satisfy you fully. Huh? Never again will I make you an object of scorn to the nations.
Damn. But what's going on here?
But that happened, though. He did make them.
I thought we were talking like a hypothetical they were going to get. Like, is this if they hypothetically get all their people together?
Maybe.
Because I thought it was like, if you guys do this, then that's what he's going to do. So I feel like he's putting words in God's mouth as to what he might do.
But it says the Lord was jealous for his land and took pity on his people. The Lord replied to past tense to them.
No,
So I'm having a hard time with this
because it's written poorly if that's the case.
Yeah.
But I feel like it was like I feel like we talked about an impending doom and moved into a hypothetical scenario where God fixes it if they do the thing that he says to do. And then we're just assuming that they all come together and wail and cry out to God. And when they do that, this is what God's response will be.
Okay, yeah, because at the beginning of the paragraph, it was like, rend your heart, not your garments, blah, blah, blah. He's a good God. He might change his mind. And then it says, who knows? He may turn and relent and leave behind a blessing.
Right.
Blow the trumpet, blah, blah, blah.
No, we went straight from that to assuming that he did it.
Yeah. Okay.
We just skipped the bit where we're saying this is hypothetical.
Okay. That's all. And I'm stupid, so I'm like, well, I mean, okay, I'm not stupid. I have a bit of the tism, and I took it literally.
Right.
Like, wait, when did God say that? Because we know for a fact that in later times, because these books are out of order.
Yeah.
He did not.
Right.
He, it says, I'll never make you an object of scorn to the nations. And I'm like, but you do, though.
Yeah.
You specifically do.
Right.
You say you will.
Yeah.
And then you do.
Yeah.
I'm so confused. Okay. I will drive. This is God still talking, but apparently it's hypothetical God, not actual.
For at least it was anyway. We'll see. Yeah, sure.
I will drive the northern horde far from you, pushing it into a parched and barren land. Its eastern ranks will drown in the Dead Sea, and its western ranks in the Mediterranean Sea. And its stench will go up. Its smell will rise. End quote. Surely he has done great things.
Hypothetically.
Sure. Right. Do not be afraid, land of Judah. Be glad and rejoice. Surely,
just to be clear, we're being glad and rejoicing that God killed a bunch of people.
But not our people.
Right. But he still killed a bunch of people.
But we don't care about those people.
I know. I just wanted to clarify that we are rejoicing over lots of people dying.
No, we're rejoicing over us not dying.
I understand.
Other people did die, but we don't give a fuck about them because
that's the point I was trying to get to.
Yes.
We don't give a fuck about them.
Right.
That's the point I was trying to get to because obviously the Bible doesn't give a fuck about them.
Yeah, they're subhuman.
Right.
I
just wanted to clarify that point.
Sure, we don't care about subhumans.
Right.
Like
they're not, but
I know. I wanted to make clear, sure. There's no such thing as subhuman. There's either human or not, and I think a lot of people forget that.
That's why I wanted to clarify.
Sure. Yeah. I was just playing along.
Right. No, I got it.
As the bad guy. As the bad guy who thinks he's the good guy.
Sure.
Yeah. Surely the Lord has done great things. Do not be afraid, you wild animals, for the pastures in the wilderness are becoming green. Whee!
You wild animals. Like, is this like you worms? You
fucking mountain. I don't know.
Is this more of as disparaging while not disparaging?
Right.
Okay.
He loves to nag his people.
Right?
The trees are bearing their fruit. The fig tree and the vineyard yield their riches. Be glad, people of Zion. Rejoice in the Lord your God, for he has given you the autumn rains because he is faithful. He sends you abundant showers, both autumn and spring rains as before. Everything's going so well.
Assuming that we're actually talking about actuality here and not hypothetical.
Right.
Because we never switched back from the hypothetical reality that we were in.
I don't think this is God actual. I think you had it right. This is God plan, God.
Right. Best case scenario, God.
God hope.
Yeah.
Hope God.
Yeah.
Okay. The threshing floors will be filled with grain. The vats will overflow with new wine and oil. Okay, now we're quoting again. This is hypothetical God.
We're quoting hypothetical God.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will repay you for the years the locusts have eaten, the great locust and the young locust, the other locust and the locust swarm, my great army that I sent among you. And let me just interrupt myself real quick because just to remind you that in the previous chapter, we discussed that there were several different kinds of locusts at different stages.
Right.
And that they were all very
Which is
munchy.
Because it felt like we were talking about armies in this chapter.
And
but now we've gone back to like a literal description of their larva states and stuff and everything. So that's a weird transition.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No, and maybe, okay, so like I'm just going to play devil's advocate here, right? Right. So if the person that was continuing this book, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we talked about that Joel probably only wrote the first chapter.
Yeah.
So if someone was continuing this from Joel, they probably wanted the way to link it to that first chapter.
Right.
So they're probably trying to go, like they're stretching here for some sort
of army
tie-in.
I mean locusts.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. They're stretching for that tie-in.
Yeah.
And they're like, if we just reiterate that bit from when he said it, that'll bring it all together right here.
What a metaphor.
Yeah,
God, I'm a goddamn poet.
Genius here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I'm gonna give you back some shit for all the locusts that ate stuff.
Yeah.
You will have plenty to eat until you are full, and you will praise the name of the Lord your God, who has worked wonders for you. Never again will my people be shamed.
You know how often he says never again? It's countless times.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, but we keep coming back to the not never again.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Then you will know that I am in Israel.
Okay.
That I am the Lord your God, and that there is no other.
That he is in Israel.
Yeah.
Now that's an interesting way to phrase it.
Yeah.
Because that makes me think that the northern tribes have not dispersed yet, because during Kings and Chronicles it was Judah.
Yeah.
So this feels like it might have been written again. Well, I said earlier in this chapter, it felt more like Hosea.
Yeah.
So maybe this is more Hosea time.
I don't know.
Like before
Kings and Chronicles.
Well, not necessarily before Kings and Chronicles, but before the northern tribes went away.
Yeah.
Right? Because and the way that and then we've talked about this too. The Assyrians were described in Hosea as locusts, right? And they keep talking about the northern, they mentioned north in here, which there was northern invaders coming in Hosea as well.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of like similarities there. And I mean, there's no way for me. I haven't studied this like other than what we're just doing right now. Yeah. But the comparisons to me are all right there.
Yeah.
And it does feel very much in that same time frame, maybe prior to Hosea, because when they say Israel, he's not breaking it apart as those shitty Israelites up there versus the other Israel. So maybe this was slightly before Joel's time, and
before Joel or
before Hosea's time. Sorry. But that would make sense, because then the Assyrians would have been attacking the northern tribes before they got to, Judah. So this could have been something happening a little bit before Kings and Chronicles, because whatever, the Assyrians were coming down from the north for a long time.
Right.
And then here we are talking about this and not knowing what time frame, but it feels like that time frame.
Yeah.
So
that 600-year window. I'm just saying.
No, I look, and we don't know when the first chapter was written. We don't know when this chapter was written. We don't know any of that stuff. But this chapter specifically, to me, feels like Israel was still kind of together, at least. And they were probably talking about the Assyrians at some level.
Right.
So,
like, still really in the Deuteronomistic history frame.
And again, this is just me taking guesses.
Yeah.
I'm taking my best guess here based on what I do know.
Yeah.
And that's all I can do.
Then you will know that I am in Israel, that I am the Lord your God, and that there is no other. Never again will my people be shamed.
Okay.
I want to take a second here and point out that the intro to this book that I read said that the hypothesis was that he's from Judah, because there was no mention of Israel.
But they
and
just
yet
mentioned it.
we just mentioned it. So I have to wonder if it depends on the translation.
That could very well be.
And that makes me wonder further.
Well, that sounds like a good Q&A to dig into further.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like I don't know for sure, but also, you know, translations do get muddled between, you know, the different translations that we have even right available to us today.
Right. It just makes me wonder where the question lies. Is it with the translation that I'm reading, or is it with that intro?
And it matters.
It does.
I mean, it matters when we're trying to figure out time frames, and it matters when we're trying to figure out relationship to other parts of the Bible, right?
Right.
And when you and I, as lay people reading the Bible, are able to sit here after doing this for 4 years and say, well, this feels like it's from there. There's something to it. You know, like there's something there that you are able to put your finger on just by reading through this and say this, if you're paying attention.
Yeah.
If you're reading it with the idea that you're reading about God and everything's God, 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 you're not going to pick these things out.
Right.
But if you're reading it with the idea that these were written by humans and that there are different segments that were writing about different tragedies and things at different times, then you can start to piece those things together and say, oh, this sounds a bit like that. And that sounds a bit like this.
Yep.
So.
Yep. I agree with you 100%. So that'll definitely be something that goes in our Q&A.
Yeah.
All right. Carrying on.
Yes.
Okay. And afterward, I, God, will pour out my spirit, capital S, on all people.
You're going to pour it out,
He's going to come all over those people. Your sons and daughters will prophesy. Your old men will dream dreams, wet ones. Your young men will see visions.
They're going to dream a little dream for him.
Yeah, they will. Even on my servants, both men and women, I will pour out my spirit in those days. I will.
Way too much fun with this.
I'm sorry, but it just sounds sexual. He's going to pour out his...
It doesn't take much for you to see it that way. You know,
because I'm a child.
I'm just saying.
Right. I will show wonders in the heavens and on the earth. Yeah, you will. Blood and fire. Ew, keep that shit to yourself. And billows of smoke. The sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord.
Day of the Lord.
Fourth mention.
Yeah.
Yep. And everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. For on Mount Zion and in Jerusalem, there will be deliverance. And as the Lord has said, even among the survivors whom the Lord calls. The end.
Okay. So assuming you live, you obviously ask for God's forgiveness and you're one of the saved people. But if you died, you sucked.
Yeah.
Even if you were out there trying to defend Israel/Judah from, whatever this was.
You always had it coming.
Apparently.
We've talked about that.
I don't like that idea, right? Like the judgment of someone after death because they must not have tried hard enough or something.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm like, what is that shit? That's fucking horrible.
Yeah. We just literally talked about this in our special episode.
I can't stand it. I can't stand it.
Anyway,
do we have anything else to cover today, or was that it?
That was chapter 2.
All right. Well, more locusts, and then and we'll probably have more locusts. I would imagine.
That's what I would think.
I hear there's a lot of locusts. So
we're about to finish up our book.
Yeah. Oh, that's shit. Yeah, this was the second to last chapter because there's only 3 fucking chapters. So. Yeah. Tomorrow we'll be back with the last book of Joel, which will be
the last chapter of Joel, chapter 3.
That's what I meant. And then we'll get into we'll have our a special episode
a Patreon only
Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern on our Discord, and I think that is a Patreon only.
That is a Patreon only. Okay, although I don't know
what we're covering yet. Right, because we're really bad at this. But we'll cover something, and it's going to be Patreon only. So if you want to hear it and you're not a patron, you should at least come over to Discord.
You should,
and there'll be a link in the show notes.
Always
a link in the show notes, so you can find it right down there. Even if you don't know anything about Discord, we're happy to have you. Plenty of people there that will help you out, I promise.
And they're the ones who always help me get in because I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
To be perfectly honest with you, we're all middle-aged people, have no business being on Discord, but we're there anyway when we're having a blast.
You know what? It's so true. We're all middle-aged people who generally have no business being on the internet.
Except for Brady.
And Fern.
No, I was saying we were going middle-aged people.
Okay.
Except for Brady.
Brady's not middle-aged, and Fern is middle-aged, and both of them belong on the internet because they know what the fuck they're doing.
Right.
And we do not.
I wasn't going to call you out, Fern, on the middle-aged thing, but, wife did, so.
I just assumed Fern is our age. What? And I know Freddie's a youngin'.
Come meet us and Fern and Brady and everybody else that's on Discord. And then we will see you guys tomorrow. Well, no, tomorrow will be the special episode.
Yeah.
And then we'll see you the next day, which will be Thursday.
For chapter 3.
No, it'll be Friday.
I don't know what you're saying.
It'll be Friday.
Okay,
because
sure.
the special episode comes out on Thursday.
Oh, we record it Wednesday. It comes out Thursday.
So it'll be Friday.
Okay.
And then, we're recording this in advance, so we have to think about this.
Yeah, we don't really know calendars.
Right.
You know what? Just come along with us.
We're going to do some episodes later.
Yeah,
and
come along with us.
And then you should be there, and you should do stuff with us, and you should be at Discord and all the places.
And just listen, okay?
And we're going to get the fuck out of here before we just ramble forever, because that's apparently where we're going with this. So,
bye.
Bye. Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.